Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Lux Anguis Serpentine Publisher, and I'm your host, the one and true and only Tristan Lucifer Frenter. And this is like the next episode of Draconian Emanations Initiations episode. I think this is already 11. Man, time flies by. And 11 is about the Darthic or the Abyssic crossing under the higher triads. Well, strangely enough, in my case, it was somewhat guided by extraterrestrial deities or beings of the Orion belt, which are including Greys, reptilians, and all of this good stuff that the light workers and positive people or normal people find some kind of way threatening, which is understandably because these aliens are most likely very much potently negative and dark beings. But this doesn't mean that this unhelpfulness or this threat is applying to us black magicians or aspiring black magicians or practicing black magicians. Because through some help of some other black magicians, I got sigils and ritual work to get in contact with such beings, and well, I at first didn't believe that it would work that fine, you know what I mean, that like it happened like in the astral realm when you lucid dream and when you experience more the higher realms when you're leaving your body consciously, like most of the stuff happens there. And like I was guided from Gabora to Binah, and from the Binah then crossing the abyss onto the Chesed on a Jupiter, you know. And the crossing was very, very interesting for me because it brought to my attention that like the ruler of the sephirotic tree of life, or in my case the Draconian emanations, is still Shugal, and is still Shugal. The Shugal is for me like the sephirotic tree of life ruler or gatekeeper, so to say, of the abyss. And in this case it is more so like the desert. And well, Shugal and Coronson that I have through my gnosis have received is like one of the modern unknown rulers or gods in this time of age, because literally the correspondences with the TV, with your phone, with your music that you're listening to, and any of this stuff is literally unconsciously or consciously, like by elites or like by some type of higher orders that we all dearly know, are possessed or influenced by Shugal or Korons, and most of the time it is Korons, a more the darker abyssal ruler. And the phone is literally ruled, literally inclined with such planets, with such rulers, and its harsh nature makes people lose on the long run if they are unaware, if they're uninitiated, and not in control of themselves, of the souls, of their mind, will become slaves, will become digitalized, man, with that tongue twister in my case. Their soul will literally be replaced by some kind of Shugal or Coronson virus or consciousness. Because literally what you're holding in your hand is something of a replica of a black mirror that we magicians or black magicians use to scry into and to conjure and contact dark beings and conjure forth demons and any of this good stuff that we know, you know. And literally when you're watching into this black mirror of the phone or TV, it can happen. It does depend what type of program or what type of people and things you watch onto. It literally summon forth these unconscious astral dimensional powers into your life. And one of these rulers in this case is Coronson or Shugal. And well, it is also depending on which side you are watching. Like if you're most of the time watching really gross stuff or really like dark stuff and thrilling stuff, which I do occasionally, I am not perfect, that like some type of corrosive being will infiltrate your mind and replace your mind slowly. And that's why I think, for example, all these newer generations they are getting tricked. They are getting tricked by Koronson or Shugal to replace their authentic will, their authentic desire, authentic being with cloud. You know what I mean? With cloud, with attention seeking, attention whores, with shallow things. Really, they consciously, because of temptation, because of possession and infection, decide to literally sacrifice their authentic selves, their authentic souls and beings for a program on a black mirror called your phone or social media and of this such. And you must, like, for our generation, I think, for our modern generation, our crossing of the abyss or of the desert on a more, to say, collective consciousness of our Gen Z is literally getting control of social media, getting control of your phone, getting control of these electronic devices, which are tools of these modern gods to infiltrate and change your mind in being, spirit and soul on any and all levels. It's like really an Agent Smith infection, you know what I mean? And this was like really brought up into my consciousness when I have decided to initiate through the Draconian Emanations initiation, and also not only that, I came to a realization what actually is the matrix that we actually living in. The matrix was brought to me by the guidance of the Necronomicon spirit Luggaldimmerankia. If you know him, he's a cool guy. He's a cool aspect of Marduk, and he literally shows me, and he tweaked my mind and attention to dissect for me what actually the matrix is. And the matrix is like, we don't put judgment on the matrix. The matrix is what it is. It isn't good, it isn't bad, but for sure hell it is challenging. For sure hell it is here for a reason. The matrix is often depicted like symbolically, often in association with Saturn, with like restrictions, with boundaries, with strict rules, with bad karma, with illness, but also self-mastery, wisdom through hardships. You know what I mean? In the matrix, we literally place roadblocks, place temptations, place some type of inner outer challenges that will bind you for longer or shorter periods of time. It depends only on like how often is depicted on your own mindset, on your own willpower, on your own conscious self-awareness, own wisdom that you naturally have in yourself, and you will naturally be pushed to use in a challenging situation of the matrix to overcome certain parts of the matrix, because at the end of the day, we black magicians, we black rulers, we want to control the matrix and be ultimately free from the matrix, but not in a way like to get some type of nirvana, no, but we know the ins and outs of the matrix, and we know through initiation, through challenge, through the conscious awareness of the matrix, to master the matrix, to get the control over the matrix and be a player of the matrix, but not against the matrix. You know what I mean? And it's like a realization when I have passed or crossed the sephirotic tree of life desert. And well, but pretty much Shugal, his presence, when he showed me like, you are ready, he will literally introduce himself when you are literally ready to pass the desert. Like, I have all the damn weeks before I even got to the ritual, or before I even decided to get conscious contact with the Shugal being, have all the time have 333, and 333 is in Jewish gematria the name of Shugal, is the name of Shugal. 333 is in Jewish gematria the name Shugal and Koronson. No, 333 is the name of Shugal and Koronson, and both together is 666, but it's another topic. And he literally showed that all the damn day throughout these numbers 3 to 3, yes, 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 you must do this, you must do this, get in contact with me, get in contact with me, get it challenged by me. And I did it. Like, he literally showed right up. His presence was right up in my temple, where he showed himself, and he just literally wanted to guide me, possessed me, and brought to my attention my vices, and brought to my attention my relationship with the phone, with electronics, and also what my ego is in play in this. Like, he literally showed me my ego, but not like the ego is not completely bad side to it, but I know at some stage of my journey I must completely let go of the ego. But in this case was like a type of ego that keeps you still and locked in this complete matrix or comfort, not completely comfort, but you know what I mean. Like, you have some type of behaviors or some type of mindsets that keeps you locked in into a person that, like, you are this and not different. You are only this, and yes, 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 everything is okay, everything's alright that you do right now. Doesn't matter if it's a bad habit, it is you right now, it is okay. But in reality, it is just a temptation to keep you stuck. And literally he possessed me, and when he possessed me, he strengthened my vices, he strengthened my bad habits, so that I like to it can go three ways. It can go three ways when he possesses you or influences you. You will literally know what you must let go of. There are no excuses. Either you let it go, or you will get completely devoured and destroyed by it. In my case, I know what I had to do to grow. I know what I had to sacrifice to grow. And it was like my bad habit. I don't know, it was like a coping mechanism that I have years on years kept on me, because my situations in my past few years was really shitty, was really draining, was really mentally challenging, emotionally challenging for me. So I developed a coping mechanism. For example, lying in bed for 4 to 5 hours a day and spending all the time on the phone. Like, you know what I mean, like, just not a degenerate, a degenerate, literally a degenerative behavior that a young adult, half adult shouldn't have. A young adult should have a proper, better coping mechanism. For example, meditation would be a better coping mechanism, which I do, but the other just sometimes overweights, and I know this is a weak point of mine. That Coronson knows, Sugar knows, he will take advantage of that, and he will push you in such a way that either you give yourself up, so will become a completely couch potato and be eaten up of this habit, and it can, in this way, like, you were pushed and you will be so locked into this bad habit that it breaks your ego, and then you get out of this bad habit, or you completely are stuck and degenerate completely. Or you accept the challenge, you use all your abilities, all your resources that you have at your hand, and let it, as best as you can, completely go. And intend, through the sacrifice of this bad habit, of this stuckness, your evolution. Otherwise, you will not be willing, otherwise you will not let go of, otherwise you will not overcome this challenge and will not grow out of it. Either you go the easy road, which is on a long run the most destructive road, or you accept the challenge, or you just listen to your instinct, your soul's urge, and just sacrifice this bad habit, sacrifice this bad thing unto him. Let it go, and you shall pass. And I did it. I passed this shit. I now know what a phone is, a damn Black Mirror, a damn portal to a more darker reality, darker spiritual realm, which possesses most of our people, most of our societies, and you feed into Corons and Chugal and other modern gods, or like Arachne, the spider goddess is literally World Wide Web. You know, World Wide Web is Arachne, web. Spider goddess, the all-around mother. It's just some example of the modern gods. Or gods which have, which came from the past, translated into itself in its modern technology. This is also like modern gods. Like most of them were ancient beings that some magicians, some priests have known of, but as of right now they are on the rise because of this technology, because they took advantage of such spiritual ignorance and unawareness of people and scientists and of such things. But this is another topic for another day. But well, like, this was it. Like, I literally crossed the abyss, the desert, by sacrificing this coping mechanism and seeing what it is, seeing the matrix what it is, seeing the phone and all this more technology what it is, seeing my bad habit what it is, giving it unto Shugal, giving my part of this ego unto Shugal, and just let it go and let the transformation happen. This was my challenge that I have overcome in this section of my Draconian Emanations. And yeah, I think this was it, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lux Anguis, aka Tristan Lucifer, and many Naga blessings, and we surely see us again. Naga bless, guys, and have a good day, have a good night. Goodbye.